Welcome to the Bird's Eye View. So today I came across this article and it kind of caught my eye because there's a lot of talk about Bitcoins and Bitcoin mining, and there's a lot of talk about the environment. And honestly, to me, like, I see the people that talk to the environment also being like pro Bitcoin and stuff. So this kind of made me laugh a little bit, but let's go ahead and take a look at this article about how much waste Bitcoin mining actually does. So, so according to this, miners of the cryptocurrency each produce 30,700 tons of e-waste, estimated. This person estimates. And then, but that's, I mean, that's a big number, but listen to this. That's an average of 700 or 272 grams or 9.5 ounces per transaction. That's crazy. Because an iPhone 13 weighs 117 or 173 grams, 6.1 ounces. So the average transaction, 272 grams or 9.5 ounces. iPhone 13, 173 grams, 6.1 ounces. So every Bitcoin transaction is almost is an iPhone plus another half of an iPhone abouts, right? Almost two iPhones, but more than an iPhone. That's kind of nuts if you think about. I imagine there's tons of people doing this, right? So it seems like that's a lot. So so not only do they produce that much waste, but they're a massive user of electricity. And attention has been focused on electricity. This consumes currently more than the Philippines, and the greenhouse gas pollution caused as a result. So not only do you have e-waste, you have massive amounts of electricity use, and then that produces greenhouse gas pollution as a result. All for Bitcoins. So what they're saying here is a high-end computer, because you need like the high-end stuff. Your computer only lasts 1.29 years. And then you end up checking it. So it says, as a result, the amount of e-waste produced is comparable to the small IT and telecommunications equipment waste of a country like Netherlands. We're talking country. That's super amazing, and that's a lot. I mean, we're talking a whole country's usages, but these are just Bitcoin miners across the world, right? So part of the and here's another result is because they need efficient drives, they've moved to highly specialized chips called application-specific integrated circuits, ASICs. Nah, all right. But ASICs are so specialized that once they become obsolete, they cannot be repurposed for another task or another type of cryptocurrency mining algorithm. So basically, they use these highly specialized chips, and then when they're done, they can't be reused, so they just toss them. But what that problem is, they're using so many of these chips, and the metal casings, aluminum heat sinks, can't be recycled because they're with these chips, and they're just being thrown away. So globally, just over 17% of all e-waste is recycled. 17% of all e-waste is recycled. That is a super low amount. That's really bad. Let's see. Many industries are struggling with global chip shortage. In addition to producing large amounts of e-waste, the researchers argue that rapidly cycling through millions of mining devices disrupts the global supply chain for other electronics. I don't know if you've heard, but like car manufacturers can't produce the cars that they need because they don't have the chips, and they're using these old style chips that that just can't be remade, really. Like, and so all these manufacturers are moving forward and making these different generations of chips, but cars and stuff are still using these old variations, and they don't have enough devices and enough things to do two different production cycles. So they're having a problem giving car manufacturers chips for their cars, which is just so we go from the Bitcoin miners producing massive amounts of greenhouse gases, using up electricity, producing tons and tons of e-waste, and then on top of that, they're disrupting the supply chain for other products that people use because of the ingredients needed to make those chips. You know, that they can't, like, I know gamers have a hard time getting a hold of GPUs and chips because there just aren't out there. There's not a lot of supply. But the good thing is there's some solutions to this, right? Dell, out of all people, Dell has a take back program. So Dell has a mail back. Well, they will take any Dell product for free for recycling, even if you're not buying a new one. You can click on a link like this and go to the FedEx shipping label, and they'll provide your own box and packing materials, and drop it off at any FedEx. Or what I've started doing is find a Goodwill that's in this program, and then you can just drop it off to them. You don't have to do anything at all. So you know, we're talking like well, here you go. Monitors, computers, desktop, laptops, but not always tablets, printers, scanners, keyboard, mice. You need to contact them, but they may take televisions, cell phones, and tablets. And this is free. So, you know, if you have a lot of this stuff laying around, contact your local Goodwill and see if they're willing to take this stuff back, and instead of just dropping it in the dump or the trash, see if we can't recycle more of this and help out the environment. And a lot of these, you know, they separate out the equipment and send it back to manufacturers so they can make new chips and stuff like that. So you don't have to be, like I said, you don't have to be buying a new Dell computer. It doesn't even have to be a Dell computer, but you can you know, contact Goodwill, drop it off to Goodwill, recycle all your e-waste if you can, because this is becoming a big problem, right? I mean, think of all the computers and all the electronics we use, and those metals and those different things are becoming harder and harder to get, especially with the COVID-19 having disrupted a lot of the supply chain. So this is a really good thing that Dell's doing. I mean, not a lot of people do this kind of thing. So I'm glad to see them stepping up and you know, helping recycle some of this stuff. So there you go. E-waste is bad. Bitcoins are bad. So if you're out there mining Bitcoin, you're polluting the world, and shame on you. But here you go. Take your stuff to Dell, drop it off, and recycle. But for now, we are out of here. Hope you enjoyed this. I will catch you all on the next one. Much love, all.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking Taking guns away will save our kids from the killings, but you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans.